Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning into Rules for Rebels. Got kind of a fun video for you guys today. Just kind of spitballing off the top of the head here. Didn't really prepare anything, but basically I have 3 business ideas that could potentially make you guys some money, and they all revolve around the Amazon merch space. So I would say these business ideas are especially catered towards somebody with a design background, somebody who's a merch seller, somebody who's interested and passionate about the print-on-demand space. And what I kind of like about these ideas, we have something to kind of fit every skill set. So if you are a designer, one of these ideas really caters to you. If you don't have a lot of design skills and don't really have e-commerce skills, I have another business idea that caters to you. And then lastly, if you're like a programmer or a developer, or even if you're not a programmer or a developer, but you have some money to hire a programmer or developer and are pretty good at kind of project management and managing a team and, you know, getting people to follow through and creating your idea, I have a really killer business idea that I think could make you a lot of money. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So idea number 1, you're going to be setting up a Shopify store. The Shopify store, instead of selling physical products like phone cases or hammock swings, is actually going to sell designs, right? Now, you don't have to be the best graphic designer in the world. As we know, a lot of times the shirts that sell on merch are like actually just really simple designs. The other thing, this business is going to cater to absolutely newbie, absolute beginner merch sellers. So I remember when I first got on Amazon merch, I have no design background. I'd never really designed t-shirts besides like years ago maybe throwing something up on Cafe Press or Zazzle. But I didn't know how to properly size my designs, right? Like I see Amazon merch is telling me 4,500 by 5,500. What does that mean? I didn't know how to create a clear background. Obviously, I've took some time to learn, but when I first got on, I was having to hire out all my designs because I didn't even know how to do a clear background or how to resize an image. And so that's kind of who this business idea is going to cater to. So you crank out a lot of designs. You list your designs on a Shopify store the same way you would list a product. I'd suggest watermarking the designs to make sure that other people don't just come and steal them. And personally, the way I would do it, I would actually turn it into a package. And in addition to getting a file that's ready to go up on Amazon immediately, I would also include title, tags, and descriptions for you as well. So somebody all in a package has everything they need ready to list a shirt on Amazon. They got the file, they got their titles, their tags, and their descriptions. And then maybe for like a $5 upsell, I'll also give you the file for hoodies, because hoodies are a different size, right? I think t-shirts are, what, 4,500 by 5,500, and or no, I'm sorry, 4,500 by 5,400, and I think hoodies are 4,500 by 5,000 if I'm not mistaken. So, for an upcharge or an upsell, you also give them a hoodie design as well. Why I think this business is really cool, I think there are a lot of absolute beginner merch sellers who aren't really happy with the quality of work they're getting on Fiverr, who don't really know how to do their own designs, and I think people would eat this up. Another cool thing, you guys know I'm a huge fan of content marketing. I hate paying for ads. I do pay a lot of money for ads for my other businesses, but whenever possible, if you can drive free traffic, it's an amazing way to get business. And a ton of the traffic on my e-commerce stores come from blog posts, right? So you put out some information, not only is that good for SEO, not only does that rank you high in Google, but also people searching for that information or whatever knowledge you're sharing with them or whatever value you're giving them come to the site, and maybe they also decide to reward you with a purchase. So in the Amazon merch space, you could do all types of YouTube videos, blog posts, giving people advice and tips on how to sell on merch. You could share your merch numbers, basically like the Amazon merch videos that I make right now, and then refer everybody. If you're looking for designs, check out my site, rulesforrebelsmerchdesigns.com, and you can come buy a design that's ready to go up on Amazon. I think this business could be pretty profitable, and it's a pretty easy thing to start up. If you have basic design skills and can throw together a Shopify site, which isn't too hard, you can start this business. If anybody decides to run with this, let me know. I'd be happy to give you a mention and kind of help you promote the business on the channel a bit. So that's idea number 1, is set up a Shopify store and sell your own Amazon merch designs. Idea number 2, this is more a small-time hustle than it is a business, but very low barrier to entry. You could start this business for free. Basically what it is, I mean, I guess you could do a lot of things in teaching people about merch space, but one thing I've noticed, I spend a lot of time on Reddit, and Reddit has different subreddits for everything, right? So we have like we have an entrepreneur subreddit, we have an entrepreneurship subreddit, we have a entrepreneur ride-along subreddit, we have an e-commerce subreddit, we have a Shopify, there's subreddits for everything. And typically within a popular interest area, you're gonna have multiple subreddits, right? So there must be 10 or 15 entrepreneur subreddits. with Amazon merch, there is one subreddit. I think it's called Amazon merch. There are no, there's no second option. There's no alternative to the subreddit. And one thing, I don't know if any of you guys have spent any time on there, you probably know this. I remember when I first started posting on there, I put up a post talking about the Amazon merch hoodies, and I just happened to mention Chris Green. For those of you guys who don't know, a lot of people in the merch community hate him, but he's a designer. It was kind of funny. Young from Merch Minds was actually talking about Chris Green the other day, and he's like, I know a lot of people got hate for this guy. Young's been promoting some course or some software that the guy's got out. He's like, I know a lot of people hate this guy, but he is a valuable member of the merch community. Quite frankly, I don't know shit about the guy. All I know is I saw a Reddit post where he said, hey, I got my hoodie. Here's what I think of it. So in my post on Reddit, I was like, I ordered my first hoodie. Here's what I think about it. I was kind of, my expectations, the shirt was better than expectations because I had seen a post by Chris Green and he had made it sound like the hoodies weren't that good. Well, man, everybody in this forum jumped on me and bit my head off and was like, how dare you mention Chris Green, you fucking scammer, and I'm like, shit, guys, I didn't link to a program. I didn't say buy Chris Green software. I simply mentioned where I had first heard about hoodies. And I've noticed that like a lot of people in that forum or subreddit really hate it because there's a couple of moderators who are just kind of jerks. Like, no matter what you ask, you're like, hey, you fucking idiot, search the sidebar. This has already been discussed. And like, really, in any forum about any topic, everything's already been discussed. People want to hear an answer that's kind of catered to their situation, and really that's what the thing is there for, right? Like, I hate people who in forums will be like, go read the sidebar. Like, just answer the fucking question. Anyhow, the Amazon merch subreddit is like a really toxic place. And another thing that's kind of hypocritical, this dude named Neil, I like him, right? This kid named Neil runs Merch Informer. He also started this subreddit. So if you go, subreddits have sidebars and have kind of like FAQ sections. And if you go in there, the whole thing, this whole subreddit is a big sales pitch to send you over to Merch Informer. So, here's how to sell on merch. You might want to refer to our article on Merch Informer's blog. Here's how to resize shirts. And then the link. You might want to refer to this article on Merch Informer's blog. Hey, here's how you do keyword research. Go sign up for Merch Informer for $12.95 a month or whatever. It's just like the whole thing is pitching Merch Informer, but God forbid anybody else not even tries to like drop affiliate links to programs. Like, if you even mention a software, a program, a guide, man, you will be booted out of that forum. Everybody will bite your head off. And it's kind of stupid because really, like, in a forum about Amazon merch, like, I'm signed up for a program called Make Merch, right? Which is like a program specifically for designing Amazon merch t-shirts. So it would make sense that I might ask, like, hey, I was thinking about signing up for Make Merch. Has anybody tried it out? Is it worth the $39 a month? And, it'd be helpful to have people say, you know what, I tried it, it's in beta testing, it's really glitchy, their designs aren't that good, I'd save my money. Like, that would be helpful to me. That would be like a reasonable topic to expect in a subreddit about Amazon merch. But because Neil and his moderators are so focused on pushing Merch Informer, and I do have to kind of say, I agree, a lot of subreddits devolve into everybody dropping affiliate links, so I get them being somewhat protective of the community. If they weren't, the whole thing would just turn into everybody selling their ebook on how to make money on Amazon merch. But at the same time, if a forum is about merch, I think it should be open to discuss different softwares and things like that. But Neil and his moderators are so focused on driving sales to Merch Informer that they got to clamp down and all that stuff. So anyhow, overall, it's just a very, very toxic community. So what I would suggest, somebody create an alternative to the Amazon merch subreddit. You can call it something like Merch by Amazon. Start posting yourself, right? Like, it takes a while to build these things up. But if you can bring a community of people over there, you can start your own thing. And I don't personally think there's anything wrong with like putting affiliate links in the sidebar. Like, if you wanted to have like an absolute beginner's guide to Amazon merch, and you were like, look, Merch Informer is a cool program for keyword research, here's a link to it. You're the one moderating this forum, you're the one putting everything together. So if you want to drop an affiliate link, I think that's fair game. Obviously there's also some free tools and resources out there and some ways to search products and do product research for free, so you could drop those as well. If anybody's looking for a software to design shirts or whatever, here's a couple options. We have Lunapic, we have PicMonkey. These ones are free. You have something like Make Merch and Canva, which are paid, and here's an affiliate link to them, right? So if any of you guys want to start a subreddit that's an alternative to the Amazon merch subreddit, again, hit me up, let me know about it. I'd be happy to promote it, get the word out, and I would be an active participant in your subreddit as well. Again, I don't see this as being a full-fledged business so much as more of a little affiliate side hustle, but you know, you never know. You can grow it into something bigger. You can put out courses, whatever else. So that's idea number 2. Idea number 1, again, Shopify store, selling your own designs with title tags and descriptions. Idea number 2, set up an alternative subreddit to the Amazon merch subreddit. And idea 3, this in my opinion is kind of the best idea. So there are a ton of new merch sellers out there who are looking for a user-friendly program to design t-shirts. I get this question all the time. This is something that I personally have been looking for a long time. There's really nothing out there, right? Like, yeah, you have Photoshop. Yeah, you have a program like GIMP, which is a free alternative. Yeah, you have the Adobe Suite. Even something like Canva, right? Canva's pretty cool. Canva does cost money, but Canva is pretty much drag and drop. It's pretty simple. Even somebody new to design could figure out how to design a t-shirt, and it's pretty easy to resize the shirt and make the clear background. So Canva's cool, right? But it's not specifically geared towards Amazon merch t-shirts. Now, for the longest time, I've been searching for something for not only myself, but for you guys, because I get asked this a lot. And just the other day on a YouTube video, somebody was like, yo, Rules for Rebel, man, like, what's a good user-friendly beginner program for non-designers to design t-shirts? And he said, please don't tell me to learn Photoshop or Adobe. I have zero interest in doing that. Now, one thing you'll see when people ask questions like this, everybody's like, you should really learn Photoshop. It's not that hard. Well, Photoshop's not cheap, and there is a bit of a learning curve. And if somebody says, I don't want to learn it, I just want to pump out basic shirts, I'm not going to try to convince you to use Photoshop. Like, let's find a better alternative for you. So anyhow, I've been searching for an easy program to design shirts, and really the only 2 I've come up with is one, Canva, which isn't perfect, right? On Canva, I can only make the dimensions of my files can only be 5,000. So I can do 4,500 by, actually the way you have to do it, you have to do 4167 by 5,000, and then you can resize that to 4,500 by 5,400. So that's the only way to do it. So there is a little bit of an extra step there. And then the other thing, you have to do the clear background, which means you have to pay them, but it's just a couple extra steps. So the second program, and to my knowledge, this is the only Amazon merch t-shirt design software out there that's like dedicated, and that's what its sole purpose is. It's a program called Make Merch. I've made a video about it in the past. I'll link to it in the description box below. Before anybody signs up for it, I'm going to tell you guys right off the bat, I think it's overpriced, and I don't think it's worth the money. Now, one other thing I mention is I do pay for this software, and I do use this software myself. So I guess hypocritical would be the wrong word, but let me tell you why. So basically, Make Merch is in beta testing, which means it's not, they're still working out the kinks. It's a little bit glitchy. It's not perfect. They're still rolling out features. And they charge $39.95 a month, which is really pretty pricey for a software. Most softwares are $10 a month for Make Merch. Canva's like $12. Something like Terapeak might be $20 a month. So like softwares normally don't run up to, $39, especially, maybe for a one-time fee, but not for a monthly fee. And again, Make Merch is in beta testing, so it's kind of gangster for them to charge $40 a month for something that isn't even really completed. It's also incredibly glitchy. It's kind of slow to load sometimes. The design options on there are kind of lacking. But the reason that they can charge $39.95 per month is they are the only software out there. To my knowledge, if you guys know of anything else, drop it in the comment section below. But to my knowledge, that is the only dedicated t-shirt design software out there. And just to give you guys an idea of how it works, I am going to be making a video in the next couple days, and I'm going to be showing you guys 2 non-designer, beginner-friendly t-shirt designing softwares. And the ones we're going to be touching on are Canva and Make Merch. I'm going to show you guys like what the process is of designing a t-shirt, just so you guys can see what these softwares are like before you decide to pay for them, if you even decide to pay for them. Neither one is perfect. Neither one's going to be as good as Photoshop, but it's something where somebody completely new to design can get rolling within a matter of minutes. But again, with Make Merch, like, what I mainly use it for, I almost use it as a resizing tool more so than a design tool. Like I'll throw together an image in GIMP or Canva, and then I'll just send it over to Make Merch to resize it instead of going to like resizeimage.net. They do have a cool vintage feature, so pretty much any design that I do, I'll send over to make merch, and within literally one click, they'll turn your design into, like, you know, you can have different kind of overlays on it. So you can have it look like a fingerprint, you can have it look like feathers, you can put handwriting through your designs. If you want to have it look like, man, what's that stuff called? Like steel diamond plating, you can give your design that look. So pretty much anytime I make a design, I'll generally bring it over to make merch and make 2 to 3 additional designs that look either distressed or vintage, and it's a way to kind of really up my number of designs that I have going on. That's a cool feature. Basically, you just throw in your design, with one click you give it a vintage effect, and it spits out a clear background image file that's properly sized for Amazon merch. Recently, they have a template that makes hoodies as well, so again, with one click you can get your t-shirt design and your hoodie design. They do have a couple different like text designers where you can have like 8 lines of text, 4 lines of text, 1 line of text in an image. Personally, I'm not too crazy about their graphics or their fonts, but again, you know, it's better than nothing, and it is the only design tool out there that's dedicated to making t-shirts. Now, I'm guessing making a software like this is probably harder than it would seem, because if it were easy to do, I would imagine somebody else out there would come to compete with them. Like, shit, if I see that they're making $40 a month with kind of a crappy program, like, what if I rolled out a great program and charged $29 a month and undercut them by $10? I could probably make a fortune, and I see this as being a huge market. But this type of stuff does get challenging, right? Like, most of us aren't software developers or app developers, so we're probably not going to be doing something like this on our own. So we're forced to hire somebody off Upwork or hire a design agency to do something like this. I have no idea what this entails or how much money it would be, but if you yourself are a programmer or a developer, or if you have the resources to hire somebody, you know somebody who's a programmer, there could be a lot of money in this idea. So that's kind of my 3 Amazon merch-centered business ideas for you. Again, number 1, set up a Shopify store, sell your designs with titles, tags, descriptions. Level of difficulty, super easy. Target audience, beginner merch sellers. I think it could work out pretty good. Idea number 2, this is more a small-time affiliate marketing hustle than anything else, but it could potentially grow into something bigger. Set yourself up a subreddit. Level of difficulty, super beginner. Not a lot of time or anything required in this, although you will probably need to be an active member in the community to kind of get it off the ground, and you're probably going to have to ask questions and be very responsive to anybody else asking questions to turn this into like an active merch or an active subreddit. There's so many kind of dead subreddits that people start and they can never really kickstart and get started, so you will need to be very active in there, but you could make you some money off affiliate marketing, and it might grow into something bigger. And then lastly, this idea, level of difficulty, hard. Potential profit, super high, and the third business idea is going to be creating a dedicated Amazon merch t-shirt designing software that's very user-friendly, drag and drop for beginners. Again, this is going to be pretty complicated to set up, but it could be incredibly profitable. So let me know what you guys think of those ideas. Drop a comment in the comment section below. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button either to the bottom left or bottom right of the screen, depending on whether you're on mobile or desktop. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one.